go.
Crash and flow.
Dude, I'm telling you, those movies were amazing.
Which ones?
Pirates of the Caribbean is a series, but specifically that first one,
Definitely not the third one.
insanely good. You know what? Here's the deal.
What?
When did you watch the third one?
I watched it in theaters when it came out.
Okay, cool. So see, here's the deal, brother.
Yeah, that was a different time. I used to watch in theaters when it comes out. That's not even.
Here's the thing. Back then, we were privy to better movies,
Okay.
better writing, better storytelling. That movie was the weakest out of the three, without a doubt, my brother.
Yeah.
And it doesn't hold up to like any type of,
They were in a tornado at one point. The boats. in the
Yeah,
rain.
yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. If you watch that same movie today,
Yeah.
based on the absolute shit that we have right now with Netflix streaming and when people just pumping out content for no reason,
Yeah.
it's actually very good by comparison.
Okay.
It's just because our standards were higher back then. Now it's not. I mean, even Marvel admits that they do it in like corporate talk, right? Oversaturated the market or something like that. They are cutting back their releases to, I think they wanted to do only like 3 movies a year. I don't remember what the number is. It's like more than a 50% cut of what content they're going to put out. And then they said like, we're going to try to work on better content, and they don't blame the right things because the people who are, sorry, I'll let you talk in a minute. The people who have strong feelings about it are nerds in general. And most nerds want good storytelling and solid character development. And every shoehorned every shoehorned character, every sexually swapped character, racially swapped character, and if you did it only because you thought it would be cool to see a black person in the role and not actually say, okay, we're going to put a black person in the role, but we're going to build a story around this so it makes sense that they're that. But they just keep force feeding us shit. The people who are actually not watching it is the nerds. And the nerds are saying, listen, we don't have a problem with X, Y, Z. Strong female character leads, black leads. We don't have a problem with any of those things. Do it the right way, right? That's all we're asking for. And those people who are complaining and then trashing movies, because the nerds are doing that, right? They're making YouTube channels. They're making millions of dollars now.
Also, like even a layman goes to when I want to know if a movie is good, I'll watch a nerd because normal people aren't making movie reviews, right?
Yes.
Nerds are.
Yes. And then those guys are all generally, like as far as the upper echelons of Disney, they're dismissed as racist, sexist, misogynistic people, and their opinions don't matter. The reasons why these nerds say that these movies are not performing well, it's all from a place of hate. We don't want to listen to that. It's these other things, and they've chosen other reasons as to why. They said, well, we oversaturated the market, or there's a fatigue around superhero movies, or there's whatever. Those are the wrong things, brother. What you need to do is put out good movies.
Literally it. That's literally, if you put out a good movie, everybody could be a dog. Fuck. Like, you can make a good movie where everybody is whatever, but you need to make a good movie. Frankly, redo The Matrix with everybody being a different gender. I'm fine with
Who cares?
You're in pretty, as long as you're in The Matrix, you can do whatever you want. But write these things better. It is what you said, though. It's just so much content out there. Before, you only got to see, the cream was what was revealed. Outside of that, and now you're aware of so much.
Because they just push things out the door. Because they knew that they knew that people would blindly consume it.
That one is so true, is that there were this whole golden era years where they were like, we just got to make as much as we can.
Yeah.
People are going to buy this.
Yeah.
And some people made millions. It's a short-term strategy, and they ruined those franchises.
Yeah.
Right? So
It did, and good. You don't
Come on.
You don't deserve to own the IP if you're going to shit on it.
Right.
So you I want your name attached to the crash and burn of that IP. And Bob Iger, his predecessor,
people's names?
Kathleen Kennedy, who killed Star Wars. These are all CEOs. These are the high level decision makers, right? Look, I'll give you an example of the difference between making a good movie with good character. And as a result of that, it became something that resonated with more than one people.
Can I give you a couple of guesses?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, Blade.
No, but not the one I was thinking about,
right.
but I think that also that stands.
Okay.
It's accurate because no one is saying, like when they did Blade's background character,
Right.
they didn't show him getting yelled at a pool from a white person to say, "Hey, get the fuck out the pool!" Like, and they didn't
Can you
shoehorn.
imagine if that was his?
I only kill white vampires.
Well, that's no. Actually, yeah, they are black vampires. I'm like, wait a minute. Are these vampires only making white vampires for a second?
Yeah.
What's on your list? What
Okay,
was
so the movie Mad Max Fury Road, right? Mad Max Fury Road, it has ostensibly a male lead character.
Yep.
That lead character barely speaks the entire time.
Tom Hardy.
Furiosa it speaks more,
Right.
and then the story really centers around the 5 women who are running away from whatever the crazy emperor guy, right? Essentially, you stole his concubines. The concubines want freedom. That's the story. Now, there's other people who watched the movie from the, like, I don't know, your feminist thing, and they said, "Oh, this is really a feminist movie because it centers the story around female characters and blah 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 blah." And then this came back to the director, and the director, he looked at it from the point of view, I'm just making a good story, and he fleshed out the background characters of everyone, so everyone gets a solid, like you get a good understanding of what each character's motivations are. And he spends his time doing that while they're racing around in a desert, killing and shooting people.
Well, the thing is, if you make a movie with balance,
Yeah. It will resonate with multiple people.
no, it's also, but it seems woke sometimes, right? If you made a movie that was like Slumdog Millionaire, but a bit different, also the directors are all brown, it would be like, wow, they really made a movie. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
But like it would be.
But it's an honest attempt at making a good piece of art.
I don't think we should react to people who are like. We don't have to listen to people who are like, oh, they made a movie about like, it's true, I guess, in a way to them, and God bless them.
It doesn't matter
But,
because when I was reading, I was like, oh, that's a cool. Like it was an example in my head, or it was something of note in my head. It'd be like, I didn't think of it that way. I can see why they saw it that way.
Yeah.
But what I cared about is that you told a good story, and then you didn't shove down your morality. Like you can tell when they have, like, when the director believes in something or the writer believes in something. He's like, I want you to believe it too.
Bro, when the first Aliens movie come out, it was like a big boom to like the feminist movement. It's not like they were trying. Ridley Scott was like, and then we're gonna, no. But it was a fantastic movie. But
Just make a good movie.
This actually says more about where we're coming from than where we are. Like Hunger Games, there were all these articles about like, look at this fantastic feminine movie, and it is a great movie. That's how few examples there were. Is that you either go Hunger Games, Alien, you only have like 4 and whatever. So it's
I mean,
I don't blame people for going that route because it seems that way because there's so little of that kind of representation out there.
Yeah, but you know what the thing is just because there's a lack of whatever perceived representation that you care about, whatever it is that you care about,
Right.
And now that you move, like, said person or writer who's from said minority wants to tell a story from the point of view of their people, of their lived experience or whatever, you
still got to make them.
Still got to do it correctly,
Right.
And on top of which, it's like you can't just decide to choose a general race or sex to vilify in the most cartoonish way for you to be able to prop up your characters. Try harder. Try harder. Realize that everyone is multifaceted, and the more facets you put for each character, the more authentic your bad guys become, your good guys become, and it feels like a real movie. Even if it's a cartoonish movie, right? How many real feelings we got from any Disney movie? Because multifaceted characters.
Too
right?
Like, honestly, it's a lot.
Now it's
like,
just
I'm like, why am I crying at these I've cried in more cartoon movies than real movies. I'm like, freaking Inside Out. I can't even watch the second one.
Yeah. I didn't know there was a second one.
They're making a second one. I'm like, I'm not watching it. I'm gonna.
Yeah. Like the people who, like, when they made their bad characters or the characters that should, like, attract the scorn of the watcher, they made it in a way that it made sense. They didn't make it in a cartoonish way. In Incredible Hulk, the She-Hulk, right, which should have been a grand slam because the comic books are loved by everyone. They fucked it up, of course. There's one line in the movie, in the show, where it's like this lawyer guy, and then he says, "Oh, there's a hot girl over there. I'm gonna go talk to it," and then he walks off. And they're trying to make him look like an asshole. Obviously, he's an asshole white lawyer who doesn't really respect women, right? Yeah. Bro, how many people do you think go and talk to their coworkers and they said, "There's a hot girl over there. I'm going to go talk to it." This doesn't make it it doesn't make any sense. Who do you live? Who are your friends? Who are your male friends? What is it that you're trying to do? And even it's not even a joke. You were doing this seriously. Like, this was
believable. It's not believable in the show where the Hulk is a lawyer. Isn't that the?
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's like, you know what's believable? The Hulk lawyering, then the level of misogyny this guy is putting out there and whatnot.
Like nonchalant.
It's beyond Disney level believability. I'm sorry. This is
so bad. Dude.
Well, you know.
Anyway,
I like that they're paring down because it got to be a point where it was too much. Yeah. And these people need to learn their lessons. They invested, like, George Lucas jumped out at the right time. Like, they bought that series for I don't know how many billions. Like I think it was 900 million or something stupid.
Yeah.
And yeah, these people need their comeuppance.
Yeah, don't. There's.
I think they're gonna have to put everything on a 10-year rest while they, like, just ruin something else for 10 years.
Yeah. Here's the thing. There are people online, the aforementioned nerds, right? There are some of them that just, they're kind of like a haterade type of thing. There's other ones that haterade, and then they make another video of saying, like, here's how we could use the exact same characters and then tell the story in a way that makes sense. So they didn't, like, take Rey out and then put a male Jedi in. They didn't change things like that. What they did is that they recreated the story arcs of the various people to show how the story would have made sense with just careful storytelling. Right. There's one guy who's actually an author. Okay. Actually, there's two guys, but like they're authors and they understand, the rudimentary aspects of the hero's journey, how a story had unfold, how do you build supporting characters and stuff, like things that you think is rudimentary, that this is what you should already know if you want to enter into movie writing career. But a lot of these people just get shoehorned in. They only have like 1 or 2 writing credits and then they just get Star Wars, right? And they use same characters, same everything. They don't remove any gender swap, race swap, nothing. They don't do that. Just retell the story correctly. And when you listen to them, you can see why uber nerds, and not even uber nerds, just people who know the lore and the world, they would be like, yeah, this is a better story. You can do those changes, increase your representation, and at the same time tell a good story. So if anyone who's listening to the podcast and think that it's just, angry nerds that are doing that, they're not. There's some people who are making an actual effort of putting content out there to say, hey, Disney, this is how you could use the exact same casting decisions and make a better story. And when you hear those stories, you'll be like, you know what? That's bullshit that they didn't figure it out in the first place.
They're gonna listen, now we live in a space where with $20 and AI and some pictures of Mark Ruffalo, you can make a movie.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've seen some of the stuff.
These are the nerds that would, I'm so angry, I'm gonna make it myself. That's exactly what a nerd would do. Yeah. And they would sit down. And it's getting easier and easier. Like, I use a lot of ChatGPT for just image stuff, and dude, it's getting
good, eh?
It's so easy is the weird thing. Yeah. Is that, like, right now there's only some people who are a certain type of, but like very shortly in a year, like you can make an episode of something. Yeah. That looks it looks as believable as right now's AI videos, or you're like, is that, you gotta look real quick, like real tight at the person's like face edges. Right. You're like, I can't tell. Yeah. But it's getting that way for like video making pretty quickly.
What I don't get is this. If I was like an executive at Disney, right?
if you were the mouse.
They probably don't. They don't watch any of the YouTube. Some of these videos get like millions of views, by the way, but they probably don't even. They're not even tapped into this. To this.
How old is that person? Right?
Yeah,
They're probably in
exactly.
their 50s, 60s, 70s, or like some just vampire of a
Right.
Disney.
But even the ones who are just like the ones who just made it, maybe like they're on like their 40s and they just made it to a high position. Yo, you need to pay attention. You need to pay attention in the fact that your writing staff, all of like most of them, have either been forced to hit DEI quotas, or they know that if they did it, they'll get a pat on the head. And that is actually like you are getting into the realm, like you say, of when AI is going to be able to provide essentially production value to smaller and smaller creators. If it gets to a point where you can issue out like a 23-minute movie just based on AI, written by people who die for this shit. You know, like these nerds, like this is what they do.
Right.
You guys at Disney, you need to be paying attention because already right now, AI can write better scripts than your humans are doing.
Yeah.
Right. And kids in 26 years old or 27 years old that just came out of like school, learning how to write and write novels are taking your stuff and reworking it better.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
It's actually just like the rest of social media and content creation.
Yeah.
Is that YouTubers at that level can actually make better content that more people want to come to see on a weekly basis
Yeah.
than like producers and writers of comedy shows. There are no comedy shows anymore. So people don't go there for their funnies. I don't think it's a DEI issue in the slightest. I never have, because I'd like when I watch Spider-Man, the animated ones, I can see how that's groundbreaking and feels, you know, fantastically like, wow, they really made it inclusive and this is not stereotypical. There's so much depth to this and whatnot. I've always felt like it's a writing issue. I think once you start sacrificing one thing for the other, you'll never be able to make a good product.
So I think the reason why I think it's somewhat DEI is because if you make that your priority, which I guess we're both saying the same thing.
Versus exactly.
It's the
You're
same
saying
thing.
it literally 5 seconds after I said
Yeah. All right, relax.
No, I'm relaxed. It's just that like it's never been a DI issue.
I think it is just because people know that they feel like if I do this, I will move further than if I just issue a good story. Generally speaking, obviously, like for Spider-Man, they've done a good job, but I mean,
Fantastic job.
You can feel when you watch something like Spider-Man that there was a group of people. I don't know, 7 people in a room. They loved this thing.
Yeah.
You can see it on the screen.
Yep.
You can see on the screen. These people loved this, and this is why they did it. They didn't do it because they love something else that they wanted to inject into it.
Yeah.
They love their characters. They love their story.
Exactly.
They love the world they built.
And they loved it so much that they can tell a great story. And there are either more black or colored Spider-Men and more women Spider-Men that are pregnant than white Spider-Men. Right? Do you see what I'm saying? It's like there's Miguel to Gwen to
the chaos black dude.
the UK
He's
Spider-Man.
He's the anarchist Spider-Man.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Toby. And obviously the main character and stuff. That movie's hella diverse.
Yeah, but the thing is that when they did it, they didn't just like they didn't make
There's a pregnant Spider-Man on a motorcycle. This is outrageous level inclusivity, dude.
Yeah, but like they didn't. What I like about it is that they didn't take white Spider-Man, who is the primary Spider-Man in the most hearts of people, and didn't make him into an idiot.
Yeah, I agree.
Right? Because you can't. Like,
it's not believable all the time.
Exactly. What they did is they didn't take your general established hero and then you squashed him down for you to prop everyone up. They didn't do that. What they did was they propped everyone up and everyone gets a piece of the story.
Even the Indian Spider-Man side hero, like that was such a popular character out of it. But yeah, for me, it's always, I understand exactly where you're coming from because you've seen it so much. But for me, it was always a writing issue, not you can do all the diversity. These people could be every gender, but you can make a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
You can still do it. So that can't be the problem.
It's a problem when it becomes the priority.
Exactly.
Yeah.
as long as writing is a priority, you can have all the DEI.
But
The
for the most
DEI
part-
isn't the issue if you're writing well enough.
It's true, but the thing is that as of right now, it would seem that the vast majority of content being created has definitely that over storytelling. That's the reason why
Exactly.
we've had a tremendous downplay in storytelling.
Yep.
So when you look at it this way, you could do two things. I don't think the answer, in my opinion, I don't think the answer is. I mean, obviously there's some aspects of morality behind the DEI that I don't stand for, but I mean to say is that like if you did it at least honestly with good storytelling as your primary,
Right.
then you could have just better things altogether. I'll give you another
100%.
example.
Agreed, yeah.
In Dune,
I gotta watch that.
in Dune 2, first of all, everyone will know. I mean, the people who read the books and the
Yeah.
people who are good sci-fi fans and everything else, they understand. You watch Dune, you understand that this guy, Denis Villeneuve, loves this shit. And he didn't even say like, I'm an adult, I'm going to do it. Like, no, he's like, what would 17-year-old me would want to see on screen? What did I feel like when I was reading it? And he selected Hans Zimmer, Hans Zimmer grew up with the book as well and absolutely loved it as well. Hans Zimmer was writing for Dune 2 before they even got the confirmation that they got greenlit for a second movie.
Damn.
He was just writing for the sake of writing because he had so much stuff in his head. So
That's the guy you want.
yeah, exactly. He was like texting Villeneuve with like new pieces of motif content, and Denny's like, don't say anything, don't do anything. You don't even know if we're gonna get number 2. And like Hans don't care. He just kept on sending him stuff.
Yeah.
But like in the movie, although you can see it's apparent on the love that these creators had, but like he changed some of the story. One of the big parts of the story is that he changed the character of Chani, so that Chani now has a more central character in the movies. And the thing is that when people would look at it and be like, I didn't think of it that way, but some people, I guess, were like, because we're so sensitive to the issue, be like, are we just propping up another girl boss? Are we just doing this or whatever? But like, what Villeneuve decided, is that what I want to do is create a character that could be from the point of view of not just the audience, but the author himself. Because the second book is essentially a clarification by Herbert, the guy who wrote the book, in that he felt like too many people were looking at it from this point of view. I don't want to ruin it. He felt like the people were looking at his book from the wrong point of view. So the second book kind of corrects that vision. So what Denis Villeneuve does instead is that, despite the fact that he probably would get greenlit for a third movie for the second book, he uses the Chani character and props her up a little bit, makes her more central, but then points her in the direction of what the author wanted it, how the author wanted to view Paul and the different characters. That is a purest example of like, yeah, we don't have any central female characters in the second half of the book because it becomes really male dominated. So now I want some female like roles that's of predominance in the second movie, and how do you do it smartly? Like how do you deliver that because for it to make sense?
Right.
And that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Right. Those are the calculations I want you to do. I want you to sit there and think,
Yeah,
right?
man.
And make it worthwhile. Don't just do it because you're like, this is cool, right? People are going to cosplay as her, and I think it's about time we see something in the. I don't want that. You got to do it right.
Yeah, I think we're saying so much of the same thing.
Yeah.
But I also think the reason we're all here is because at some points it feels like industries demand a certain level of content for money, where people with the wrong values are greenlit for projects
Yeah.
where they aren't quite ready for that level of expertise to execute
Yeah.
something that with those ingredients that they think have to be there.
That was the other big thing that was happening, is that there wasn't enough true nerds at the helm.
Right. Say what you want about Josh Whedon and his abuse
Yeah.
issues.
Yeah.
Nerd.
Yeah.
Story arcs.
Proven pedigree of writing for Marvel comic books.
Right.
That's all
Apparently
you
an
want.
asshole. But,
Right. Apparently an asshole, but a fantastic writer.
Yeah,
Fantastic
and
writer. And like, just recently they made a movie on a video game called Fallout, and the main character, female character, they asked her how did she prep for the role, and she said she played the video games, which you would think that's a gimme, right?
Yeah.
Actually, it's been in the rules for Disney and whoever, like Marvel and that they specifically hired people that had no interest in the source material because they thought this is going to give you a fresh look.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
No. What you need to do is at the helm must be someone who holds like canon as paramount, and then you can give notes and you can have like maybe like supporting cast and stuff like that who say like, hey, look, instead of having it like it's like 5 men and is barely whatever, now we need to change something so we can bring in the female side of things and whatnot. You make those adjustments, but you kind of like pass it through the maestro at the top who knows everything. He's like, okay, you really want it like this? Cool, we'll make this work in the world. That's what you want to do. You can't just have people who just don't care about the stuff. Like The Witcher got canceled, right?
Right.
The writers openly said they hated the books.
That's crazy, man. That would break my heart if somebody's making something I love and you're like, you know what I don't like? The old stuff.
Dude,
Can you imagine?
that's insane.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill had to leave. He's like, these people are shit.
Isn't that something? Like the actor is like, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I'm leaving is how much I like this character.
Yeah.
Is you guys do this without me. That's insane.
Yeah.
Good for him to have that Superman money, you know?
Oh, yeah. He's doing great.
I think he is. He seems to be liked by his community.
Yeah. Nerds love him. Nerds love him because he never said that like they're like fans and nerds of stuff are shitty people. He's like, they just care about us being able to deliver a good story.
Some people don't handle that very well when the nerds come after them, especially somebody his size.
Yeah.
When nerds come after you, sometimes you can tell you get all bristly.
You know why, brother?
Yeah.
The thing is because he himself, despite the fact that he's a very handsome man,
Very handsome.
right? He makes his own PCs. He
I
buys
saw
all the
that.
parts himself.
He had a GoPro on his head making a PC.
Yeah, like he paints his own Warhammer. He knows how to play Warhammer.
That's hilarious.
Like he glues his little figurines and stuff like that. So he has like he's of the community. He just happens to be 6'2", absolutely
Friggin'
shredded and
bro.
incredibly handsome.
What's up with those cheeks, bro? What's up with your jawline?
right? I
You
know,
Why are you
just-
so sharp?
Yeah,
You know, like,
yeah. But he likes the nerds.
yeah, man.
Yeah. That being said, I need a correction for nerds, bro.
What do you mean?
Apparently, there's some cons that they have a smell check.
It
Sorry,
got
go ahead.
cool to be a nerd, and then people want to be in there. This community was like this awesome, and then it's like now it's like
Yeah, now it's gross.
It's I don't know. If it's
But the
gross,
true
but it has
nerds,
some-
but the true nerds still have a problem.
Okay.
Apparently, there's some cons that they have a smell station because nerds don't take care of themselves and they have this thick BO.
Bro, I was with you, and I was saying this. I'm like, some of these people need to have shirts on and deodorant on. Like,
Yep.
Like-
So there's definitely that. And then there was I don't know if this is real. So I'm just going to Google this
Let's
real
do
quick.
it.
Do you know what MTG is?
nah.
Magic the Gathering?
Yeah, I know Magic the Gathering.
Okay, cool.
I've been to the card store game right there on like Barnum Thorpe and something. It's called the Untouchables, and I went in there. They were having tournaments. There were over 25 people there having Magic the Gathering tournaments, and I stuck around.
Yeah.
MTG.
Hold on. Let's see. I don't know if this is like a... Oh, this is nothing. This is beyond wrestling. I thought it was something else.
No problem.
But essentially, apparently, it was some event where
They had a smell check booth.
no, this is just shit stains on chairs. But okay, so
Imagine them sitting beside each other too. Can you go back to that, please? Can I see? I'm trying to see if it's fake, but let me see. I don't know. It looks like somebody put that. Well, you know what? It's hard to tell. This could be cheeks. Okay. Yeah. No.
but this is but I know one that's confirmed. Hold on, let me see if I can find this one.
This is so funny.
Oh no, I think. Okay, so this guy is a legend. All right, brother. This guy's a legend. So he wrote, okay,
I've seen this guy. Yeah,
you
this
said I
guy's-
participated in the biggest Magic the Gathering tournament of all time this weekend. And in an effort to document it, I posed for pictures near people's exposed ass cracks. I present to you the Grand Prix Richmond Crackstyle.
Nice.
Okay, and here's the
Bro. He looks so sincere. It's hilarious.
his eyes is watering. He cried a little bit.
Hey, man. So funny.
I think he got banned for a year or something.
No, come on. Those are, you don't know whose face that is. Also, if you want to catch ass cracks, Nerds is a spot, dude.
Yeah,
Nerds are soft.
I'm
God
listening.
bless them.
Like our nerds. You gotta take a shower.
Yeah.
Use some deodorant, right? And get fit. Get fit.
They're getting there.
They are getting there. There is
Nerds are getting in
there is some. Listen, Halo now is divided between like fat dudes who don't do anything, or skinny or fat dudes that don't do anything, or absolutely jacked monsters. Now they're doing.
Yeah.
There's one guy named Lethal. I think he has like a 300-pound deadlift, like video. Like, what are you doing, bro? And he's just. Some of the Halo players, the top ones, they're very weird. Like no social skills whatsoever.
Oh, yeah.
Incredibly Christian. There's a couple of the
Really?
big ones, like
I like this. This is
like
news.
super Christian, kind of weird,
Right.
and some of them ridiculously strong. Like I do three things,
Yeah.
right? Jesus, Halo, and
lift.
weightlifting. That's all they do.
It's a good life. It's a clean life,
Yeah.
I
I mean, good for you. I'd rather that than, no Jesus, no Halo, and not lifting weights.
Yeah.
Like I like the opposite of all three of those things.
Here we go. That's how I look at the world.
I mean, I'd rather people who are religious that are not, to be
Yeah.
honest.
If you're fat and you don't play Halo and you hate God, get the fuck out of here.
I don't want to be your
Don't
friend.
even look at me. You
all right.
fat Jesus like uncoordinated piece of.
All right. We're at the near end of the episode here. So I have this video. I was annoyed by the music. I know you've already seen versions of this, but we'll play this one, and then after we'll try to get a cleaner version so that
Let's
we can
do
hear.
it.
All right, this is Mux Osk.
Oh, I wish, the sound ruins it,
Right?
but I got you.
It really does. So I kind of pulled this up. So let's see if we can find something that's better.
So it's a
It's a musk ox.
muskox. Muskox.
Musk ox.
Yeah, muskox.
And oh no, it's not a video. They're just doing sound
bro.
effects. All right, should I do headbutt?
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. Sure. This is the build-up.
What starts as a friendly nudge soon gets a muskox going.
That's how I would do it. I would start off by like, let me feel your head, bro. I don't know what I want to get myself into here.
Until neither of them can hold off any longer.
Oh, I'm mad.
And muskox must do
He struggles with it too.
what muskox have got to do.
Look at his back up, dude. He knows what's gonna happen.
Nothing gets more serious than this.
Man, all the hair makes it.
At a speed of 30 miles an hour, they power towards each other and collide with the force of a head-on car smash. The females can only look on,
Bruh.
while the males sort out their differences.
It's just
Bruh.
funny. The ladies are just watching these two idiots.
Yeah, dude, it's just bang their heads together. And they're like,
I guess I'll sleep with the strongest one.
or they're like, dumbasses. They think they get to have us after this?
I think it's working for the ladies.
I mean, what are their options? These head-banging dumbasses? This is also like some animals, this is their number one go-to. And it's been that way since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
Like, you know what a pachycephalosaurus is?
Yeah, the one with the hard thing and then the spikes around it.
Yeah, they bang heads.
Yeah.
That was just on Earth. There's always been and they will bang their heads together to figure out who mates.
So much so, these idiots kept doing it that, evolution decided, let's just remove the skin and the meat off of the head and just expose the...
I wonder. Yeah, that's what they think, but I wonder what that actually...
I'm pretty sure.
Who knows, dude?
But then you imagine the first couple Pachyosaurus that had to do that, right? They had fully covered heads. And then it was just two guys would be like, no, we're gonna fight only this way.
Yeah.
and then 2 of them had to sign a contract.
Dude, I'd love to see how these things evolve.
No clause,
No clause?
no biting.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is this?
I don't know. I just want to get more hits if I can find it. No, I can't hear it.
I think even for the last one, they were adding it in.
Yeah.
These must be easy to hunt. You could just hear them headbanging,
And then shoot
not
one of
paying
them.
attention.
That being said, I think it would be rude as a third party.
Yeah.
You know, that happens a lot in Call of Duty.
So do you like shoot the loser?
yeah.
Right.
You definitely. I mean, as a hunter, that's the one, because you don't want to kill the fighter, right? The guy who wins is the strongest one.
Yeah, that's
his
true.
DNA is good.
Yeah.
So you don't want to take that off the board.
But that would be funny if you lost and then you turn around, the guy was dead. You're like, damn, did I do
guess
that?
I won.
I guess I.
Ladies,
Yeah. Delayed reaction to that one. But
is there something outside?
yeah, there's a bird with a worm in its mouth right outside your window.
That is wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, what are we at? We're at 35. All right. Let's just finish on this one. This one's a fun one. Okay. So apparently, someone told this guy who has farm animals to make a sandwich with a farm animal nearby.
Ooh. No, this guy is a farmer. You don't have this level of confidence around a cow. That's the friendliest cow.
Bite the ketchup.
No.
Dude, this guy's hand is in. This is fantastic. The cow's name is Bruce. Is this guy's whole channel?
Yeah.
Fantastic. If you have a cow that well,
Look at him go. He's getting that last feed of.
I would not have the balls to be this aggressive with a cow.
Bruce.
Bro, I don't think we're supposed to be eating cows. These are too nice.
That's it.
Hilarious. That's great. Shout out to what's the channel?
Ilias_films with his head. Trying to make a sandwich with Bruce.
Dude.
1 million views.
Oh, of course. I mean, you're gonna include a cow. You're gonna have a great time inside a house.
Someone asked, how do you get the cow? How do you get the cow inside? And the guy's response is, by the door normally.
Yeah.
Utter chaos.
This is a
freaking
cow
love it.
state. This is a cow state. This is not in New York.
No,
You
it's not
know,
New York.
that's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
in Toronto.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's Bruce, the cow.
Bruce the cow, people.
Do you have anything upcoming that you want to? Wait, no, this is coming.
No, we got a couple of shows over the weekend in Richmond Hill. Going to Austin, Atlanta. I'll fill you in on that next time. Tell you about the heat and stuff.
Are you going this weekend?
Yeah, flying out Monday morning,
Okay. And when are you back?
Friday or Saturday.
Okay. All right, good. We have.
We got one in the tank from last week. We're good.
Yeah, then we're good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'll be moved by then.
Whoa! So we'll both have updates.
This is what you did. You like booked. When is your closing? Is in?
No.
I'm out of town.
Frankly, it's easier to help you move than go to
Do what you're
friggin'
doing.
Atlanta, Alpharetta.
Uh-huh.
Nobody wants to go to Alpharetta. Austin, I'm looking forward to, but you know, Atlanta, I'm glad I have family there, but like otherwise.
I guess.
Hey man, I've been there. It feels a lot like Houston.
Yeah.
I'd love to go somewhere else.
Right.
You know, it's
Yeah, no, fair enough. All right, people, this has been episode 445. Thank you for hanging with us. We'll be back in a week. Take care of yourselves. Good night.